Well, hello guys, how are we? I think we're still doing that resume journey. I'm guessing we were. Still doing that testing thing, weren't we? That's what I think. Alright, back to train. First time for the year, I think. I don't think I've streamed this year. So, let's get into it. Alright, we need to do this stuff. Dim. Door. Oh, I didn't know we've got the doors. Don't lock the doors! Sorry, I accidentally locked the doors. I thought they weren't working. Lock doors. I believe the windscreen wipers are. Where the fuck is where they are? Okay. Now we can get the hell out of here. It's snowing by the look of it. It's a bit chilly outside. A bit like what the weather's like over there at the moment, isn't it? Don't know if it's snowing over there, but I know it's cold and wintry. Train just parked over there. Cool. Bit of sightseeing. Oh, now we can go up to speed. Sweet. Let's get them moving. I want to finish all the scenarios for the British one. That's why you see the same train a lot. They had a crappy couple of days. Not feeling well, and maybe medicine not going down with me, and there's a whole lot of other shit going on. Son got braces on yesterday too, poor bugger. Yes, he coped with it very well, actually. He was very brave. Bit discomforting for him, but he's been pretty good so far. He's finding the eating a bit hard, but that's always going to be the case when you first get braces. Like he's not into really chewy foods or chocolates or hard stuff and stuff like that, so that's good. Well, Happy New Year to you all, by the way. Hope you had a great New Year. You missed me since I haven't streamed since last year. I'm really sorry. I haven't streamed since last year. Oh, I'm sure you guys will get over it. I promise you I'll stream more this year, okay? There you go. Before next year. I can't believe it's nearly 9 o'clock and I've had the air conditioning on. Like 26 degrees and it's at night time. It's a really muggy afternoon. A little bit of rain off and on, but it's one of those days. And I've been basically sick in bed all day. Try to do some GT7 racing tonight and American ones, I think, but the Australian guys are just racing really rough at the moment, so I'm not enjoying it. Lost my call again in a race. I tried to do some streaming on this account actually. I went to start doing a race and some idiot drivers out there, so I lost my call. Yeah, my rule is that if I lose my call I kick myself out of the race, so I kicked myself out of the race. Cancelled that stream and deleted it, so you may have seen it pop up and then disappear, that's why. Angry at myself, I need to stop losing my cool. Slow it down to 110, come on, slow down. Yep, okay. I'm a good boy. You also get in trouble if you speed too much. I like hooting the trains when they go past the tunnels. I like pressing the horn. What's it look like on the outside? Come on. It's the thing, you press the right play button, sometimes press 1,000 times before it actually registers. Isn't that pretty? I think on this side. Okay, I had to press about 3 times the right 3 button before it actually registered, put me back in. And it's not the button on the controller, it's the game, because I've actually tested it. Same problem no matter what controller I use. On speed limits are still 125 miles an hour, so I like steaming around at 120 mark, don't get too fast. Don't really need to. This is British Railways, you're never on time anyway. Whoops. Nearly missed him. Took my fellow trainers. I reckon I need to put these lights on. Ooh. Still got 21 miles until the next station. Next stop. Unless we get a red signal before that. That's still green. Orange at the head, so that's okay. Or really yellow. A lot of people call it orange. No, it's yellow. Sometimes I like the tip when you're going across the crossing because you might get some idiot try and walk across or drive across the crossing. So you want to make sure they don't. After all, this is only a simulation, so you know it's not real. It's not real. It's only a simulation. It's a good game to relax and to calm myself down out of some couple of shitty races tonight in GT7. So it's a pity. I feel like racing, but it's just too hot and kind of muggy. Then I get angry and I take it out, and it's just not good for anybody. An angry Aussie's never good. Happy Aussie good, angry Aussie not good. Those lights gone any stronger? What other options do we have on these lights? Okay. Just working that out. Now one down to 115. Still pretty quick. Hey Phil, I try to do some racing on this account on GT7, but straight away the Aussie servers seem to be full of bloody dickheads at the moment, so I lost my cool, so I just deleted that stream. Came to my happy place, came and drove a train. Whoops, shit, we're going over the speed limit. Again, Phil, you're bloody distracting me again. God, I keep getting speeding fines because bloody Phil distracts me. What is it with you, Phil? You always cause me to get a speeding fine, mate. You distract me. Yeah, I would say there is probably. I'll tell you this little story that happened. Now, my main stereo that I use with my racing setup, I don't always use headsets. So I thought, oh, there's a deal on some really nice soundbar. I'll go and buy that. This electronics store called The Good Guys. Okay, I'm going to rename them The Bad Guys now. So I went on their website. They had the soundbar I wanted. They were a good price. So I thought, yeah, okay, we'll chuck that on some Afterpay, which is 4 easy repayments every 2 weeks. No interest. So I thought, yep, do that. Ordered it. No problems. Went there. Got the text when you order it online. You get a text message saying when it's ready. So I got a text message saying your order has been picked and is ready for collection. Okay, yep, no problems. Drive down there about 15 minutes. Nice and close. Went out to the back, gave them the details, and I was just left there waiting for 20 to 25 minutes. No one just went off. Someone else got served, got theirs, left, and going, what the hell? Why am I out here? It's freaking hot. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And finally, I ring the bloody buzzer again. They finally come back out after I rang the buzzer. So I'm wondering how long they were going to take before they came out. The 2 guys and some lady. And she just says, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have you. We've been trying to find this. We don't actually have any of those speakers in stock. We only have the 5.1, not the 3.1. Which I didn't want that in stock. Oh, in that case, no solution. No offer of upgrade or anything. She just looked blank, not even saying sorry. She didn't even say sorry at all. There was no word of sorry. And so I said, well, I'll just cancel it then. I'll cancel the order. She goes, yeah, okay, online we'll do with that. And then the store turned around and walked off. So I just turned around and walked off away from them, and I did say out quite loudly, what a pathetic service. And then that was yesterday. I sent an email about an hour later after that to the store saying how disappointed with the whole situation. Nothing back. About 11 o'clock this morning, still nothing back from the store. So I sent a second email to them, to the store, with more detail and saying how disgusted I am. You know, you wasted an hour of my friggin' time. There was no apology. There was no offer of a solution to the matter. Maybe offer me discount on the 5.1 or whatever. Nothing. She was just so rude. And I used their head office. I went to the head office. I put a complaint into head office. Now 8:30 tonight, I get a reply back to the email, apologising that there was a problem with the stock in the system, blah blah blah. That the lady came out with the 2 store people to apologise and explain the situation. There was no fucking apology. There was no offer of a solution to the matter. And then she said, and then it said we'll take up to 2 to 3 working days for the order, the process to be cancelled and refunded. Well, there's no refund because they haven't paid anything yet because it's through this Afterpay. Luckily, the first payment is not for 2 weeks anyway. So if after a week it's still showing up on Afterpay, I'm going to have a go at them. But I will never order anything through them ever again. I will not recommend them to anyone because there was no apology. There was no, even from this email, it didn't really show any sympathy. No solution to the matter, saying, oh well, look, we'll tell you what, we've got this one, we'll offer you this better model at the same price. There was no option of solution. It just wasted an hour of my time. So I'm still going to put a complaint into head office. And I know all about customer service. I used to work in it. I used to work for a company called Harvey Norman here in Queensland, and it's a big retail place. Does furniture, electronics, and white goods and computers. I was in the computer section, which wasn't good because all the new cameras kept on coming in, and that was too tempting. I think they got half the money I earned got spent back at them again. But yeah, this was one of the worst ones. So my nickname now is no longer the good guys, it's the bad guys. I won't be recommending them to anyone. I'll be replying back to this email tomorrow. Oh, look, I was civil, but I'll still say I'm disgusted with how long this took to finally get back to me by email. That there was no apology from this lady that came out. She didn't show any apology. She actually had a blank look on her face. Obviously doesn't enjoy her job. And no one likes having to give bad news to the customers, believe me. I've been there, done that myself. But you need to show more compassion on your face and stuff like that. Now, one's face expression can speak more than words. And her face expression was, I don't give a flying fuck. Probably that time of the month. Yeah, I was disgusted with the service. No offer of a solution. No offer, usually with customers, neither horn them. There's no offer of a solution, anything towards me, so everyone else just too expensive, so I'll just do without the soundbar for now. I can't be stuffed. I'll give it a miss. I'll just use my headsets for now, which is a bit of a pain in the ass when you got deaf and right ear, because you don't get everything through in headsets. I still hate this braking. Slowly getting used to it, getting a bit better. And you saw our discussion about Desi. God, that was... These guys having a go at me saying, oh no, I'm the one with a problem, I've got a fixation with Desi, blah blah blah. No, I don't. I actually haven't. Apparently he had a problem with someone crashing into him on some races, and I've got a feeling they think it's me. Unless he crashes into me, I don't crash back. And if it's someone I know, I won't. You normally assume that was not on purpose. And Desi has taken me out in many races. Did you see me doing a video about that? I've got to put together a whole video about how many times I got taken out by him. And that's why soundbars are really good for that kind of thing, because you can get more of the audios. But I'll just have to wait for now. Probably come down even cheaper next. It's just annoying when that shit happens. It's just an hour out of my time. I went out of my way. Hour of my life I'll never get back. And it's human. Everyone makes mistakes and things can happen. But you need to own up. It's how you deal with those problems that makes a bigger difference. And I was very good when I had to deal with customers. I used to run the service department for Harvey Norman for ages, and you had to deal with angry customers, and they hardly ever walked away angry because it's the way that you deal with them. Well, technically, I've got two TVs in this room, so I've got my TV. I'm sitting on the couch now. It's set up behind my other one. So I've got my racing set up Then I've got my normal TV, which I use for games like this or playing normal games. And that's actually connected up. I also use it for watching movies. I've got my Apple TV set up on it, and I've got a really big kind of DTS surround sound system but I just use the front speakers because the rear ones are just not worth it. And it's loud. This thing will have the neighbours knocking if I used it. But I wanted a soundbar for my gaming setup because the one that I have, it's the Logitech. It's actually quite a good. It's a really good stereo system for gaming and stuff. The problem with it is, and it's most evident in racing games, occasionally this weird kind of echoey sound comes. So when you're using the car, you get this instead of the car going, you get this It's this funny little echoing sound that comes through. And at first I thought it was my sound card because I used to use it on my PC, but now it's doing it when I'm plugged into the TV or optical. I use the optical cable from the TV to it, and you just get this really weird kind of echoing sound. Because it would have been perfect to use that, but so I think a soundbar would be the next best thing. But then also the other thing is that I've been seeing a psychologist and got me on these new drugs which are a bit more powerful than the previous one. You had to take a week's worth of this slower, smaller dosage and then move to a bigger dosage. The problem is I took it a week ago and I kind of felt like I had a bit of a cold back then. And when I took the tablet, I felt really ill that evening. Take it in the morning, and that evening I felt dizzy. I got a really bad fever. I couldn't stand. If I stood up, I started feeling like I was going to vomit. And I thought maybe it's just cold, maybe it's those tablets. So I only took the one, so I still had 6 more to take. So I waited a week until I was feeling better. Then yesterday morning, I thought, okay, let's start this again. Let's get this going. Exactly the same. Last night during the not during the stream I was doing last night, I started getting a really hot sweat. Started feeling quite ill. Luckily I finished the racing before, and then I just lied down on the couch. And then today I've been on the couch all day long. I was getting dizzy. My throat started getting dry, so I said, no, these drugs are obviously having a bad reaction with me, so I'm not going to take any more. I've sent an email to the guy saying, look, I can't take this medication. It's the antidepressants, basically. And unfortunately, sometimes these things can have bad effects. And it does say the first couple of weeks you can get a bit of nauseous, but not like the first day. And I'm thinking, look, this is after only just one. If I take another one, how much worse am I going to get? If I'm already getting dizzy spells and feeling like I'm going to vomit as soon as I stand up after just one tablet. If I take a second one, so I didn't take the second one this morning. I've decided I'm going to take myself off that one and contact him, say, look, we need to try something else, but this one really bad. No. This was the lower dosage as well. No. That's the problem with medication. Sometimes it works for most people, it doesn't work for everyone else. We all react to medication in different ways. So that's life. That's life. No, so that's the problem out in Australia. I'm not sure about if it's like that over in your country, but to be diagnosed properly with ADHD, which the psychologist actually thinks most likely I do, but they're not allowed to go by most likely. They have to actually fully confirm it. And they said the process, especially when you're an adult, to confirm that you've got adult ADHD takes up to nearly 6 months. And he said he does really think I've got it. And he said the ADHD drug will most likely really help me with everything I need. And I have had it before, not legally because it was my daughter's, but I didn't have any effects from it or anything. Oh, train. You just have to horn the trains. It's a polite thing to do. But yeah, it's just this process. I'm just hoping. It's not really helped. It's made me feel a little bit better, calmer, but honestly, nah. I still have these problems of knowing what I need to do and can't get it done. And I said, I could have dishes in the kitchen, and I just feel like I'm lazy. You feel that you're lazy. You hate yourself. It's the first person you hate is yourself, because I feel lazy. But I have the two biggest symptoms of having ADHD, and that number one is when you got adult ADHD, you procrastinate all the time. You put things off. It's really hard to action what you want to get done. And the second one is over talking people, which I have been doing for years. You know, you'll be having conversation and you don't really know if they've finished talking yet, and you end up over talking them. And that's a sign of ADHD, of adult ADHD, because you always over talk them. Mine's to the point that I haven't got a job now. I'm not driving limos because I couldn't get my car inspected and everything done. I was too lazy to go and get my fucking. It's affecting money. It's affecting bills, and I've had bills in the past where I've never paid them. I've probably got bad credit because I never paid the bills, and I always thought because I'm being lazy. And the more I looked into it, it turned out that no, this is a condition that I have. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm even struggling nowadays with streaming. I am sensitive to all the little things, so when you get someone negative, people, when I found that bloody Shane dickhead tonight, I think Shane, wherever it was, oh, it's not real, it's just a game, remember? I found that annoying. So you kind of heard my kind of reply back to that, which is true, you know. Yes, it's just a game, but you've got real people. Those people you're racing against are real people who are making the choice to do things right. If everyone just raced the game like, just treat it as a game, it would be hell. I know the feeling. I've been gaming all my life, and I have moments when I do, and I want to play this, and I still love sitting down. You probably you've seen some streams where I've just been playing SnowRunner. I don't talk. I want to stream it whenever I play SnowRunner. Oops, I'm just bloody spinning, and you're distracting me again, Phil. You're distracting me. So you're just my go-to person to blame when I'm speeding. I'll drive my own road car and I think, oh look at that, I'm spinning in. It's Phil's fault. I finally finished Spider-Man 1 and Miles and Morales, the kind of add-on that they did with the Black Spider-Man. I finally finished both of those, the Miles Morales, because I wanted to finish that before I got back into Spider-Man 2 again, so I'm getting back into Spider-Man 2 today, so that's great. I'm enjoying that. But I find it hard, when I get a new game, or even at games, I'm kind of almost like a game hoarder. I get most of the games, racing games and all those other things, but I struggle to really concentrate. GT7 is probably the game that I play them, and SnowRunner, the two games. I better hoard them because I'm not stopping at the station. So look out, coming through, fast train. But even I like F1 games. So I get the latest F1 games. I've got them all. I don't think I've ever completed a championship. Oh man, I can't wait for that too. I've got that on. It's sort of cheaper than buying the first one. It was still. I can't see any thing saying if you already got the first the PS4 version, you get an upgrade. I haven't seen any mention on that yet, but sometimes that doesn't come out until the actually game is released. So I'm hoping it is that way, because it sucks having to buy the game again. The PS5 version of Last of Us, the first one's brilliant. I need to finish playing through that again, actually. I know I'm slack, I haven't played through that. I finished it, so it doesn't really matter, because I have finished Last of Us. I've played through the PS4 remake version. And I've never really got hugely into the second one, so I'll definitely be giving really serious playthrough of Remastered when it comes out. Okay, good to know. I have a PS4 disc, so that'll be good. About 50, probably about $19 Australian. Still worth. Or 15, probably $15 Australian. Yeah, it's not bad. But I like these games where I can just sit down, like this train thing. Look, I've not much to do at the moment. I'm just driving along. There's a lot of kind of exciting when you have to do something. Well done on that promotion, by the way, that test, passing that test. You did well, bro. You deserve it though. You seem like you've had. Oops. You distracted me from the bloody haunting the train too. You seem to be doing well at that job though. You've been getting promotions and all that other stuff. That's pretty cool, mate. You enjoy that work? Oh, tunnel. You need to use a horn in the tunnel too. I love playing Red Dead Redemption online, jumping on the steam train and just going, when I'm going for all the towns or near people, just going through holding the whistle the whole time, annoying the shit out of everyone. Well, sound like you handle yourself at the job. That's pretty good, mate. That's important. You need to enjoy your job. I'm just drifting at the moment. I don't really know what I'm enjoying or. That tablet's really taking the energy out of me at the moment. I'm not. I got on the train. I think I did a video on here. I never realised how long the train trip was, but I managed to land a helicopter on top of it, jump out, stay on the train. I climbed to the front of the train. You can't drive the bloody thing, sadly, but I jumped on the front of the train and I did a video of the whole trip. I think I uploaded it on here. The whole trip riding around the train trip on the front of that train in GTA. I don't think you can stop the train. Or derail it, make it crash. I think people put everything in front of that train. I was proud I managed to land a helicopter on it and get out before the helicopter fell off, and then was on the train. So I climbed up, went up to the front. Unfortunately, you can't get in the cabin or anything. I shot the driver though. I got in the front and you see the driver there, and I shot him in the face. So I killed the driver. Even though I killed the driver, The train does stop at a station. There's a station. I think it's where the. I think it's where these kind of like this earth moving area. The train stops there for a tiny bit of time, and then carries on again. So if you stop at that, if you drive to that station, the train will stop. Then you can jump on the train, but you can't drive it. The train does stop. You'll see that in the video. You'll see it actually stop. I didn't know it stopped. I thought it just continues going, but yeah, it does stop. Just not for anyone putting anything in front of it. You think, okay, this big long bus, yeah, the entrance to a tunnel, it's impossible. No, it just somehow that doesn't stop it. I think someone's even managed to land a plane in front of it and still bloody blew the bloody train apart. I want to drive it. I like being able to drive the train in Red Dead Redemption. Hope you can drive the train in GTA 6. God, I can't wait for that. GTA 6, this looks absolute. That's a day one for me. I don't give a shit if it's $100, $200. I'll freaking buy it. That's a day one, GTA 6. Oh. I reckon it will. And also, my feeling also is, because I said it's not coming out until next year now, 2025. I reckon we will get the PlayStation Pro and probably the Xbox Series X Pro early next year, in coincidence with GTA coming out. Can't wait for that. It's going to be an absolute hoot. And it's anything like the online for GTA 5. Even to this day, it's great fun. I love just loading up GTA 5 and driving around and doing shit. In a crappy mood, just load up GTA 5, jump into Trevor and just go on a rampage. Trevor's the character they use when you want to go on a rampage. I wish they'd do a remake of the first Red Dead Redemption using the Red Dead Redemption engine, or even kind of update it, but do a proper remake of Red Dead Redemption, because Red Dead Redemption is actually after Red Dead Redemption 2. So it would be cool if they could redo Red Dead Redemption, the first one, with the new engine. Then it would just be amazing. How's our speed going? That's okay. Distance to 12. What I heard outside, I've got a camera. Nothing interesting. Oh, train! I horned the whole train that time. With the people on the train, they were sleeping. They're going to be angry with me. Will you stop horning the train? I like a horny train. I feel like a horny train. That sounds rude. I love Rockstar games. They just do such a good job. Even GTA 5, you walk around, it's just amazing the little details they put everywhere. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is just crazy. Just be walking, you go and follow someone, go and see someone doing something, you go and follow them, and they've actually got like a life. It's scary to think how far they may push the AI though, because we're getting all this AI bullshit nowadays, and I think we need to be careful getting so much AI. Like, how do we know if that naked photo's real anymore? We can't tell because AI is getting so bloody detailed. You don't know if a porn bloody is a real porn or is it AI porn or crap, you know? AI is going to ruin porn, I tell you. I want the real thing. We need to have there needs to be a new warning system with anything created by AI. This product, this picture has been created by AI. Haven't they learnt anything from Matrix? Whoops, let's not speed. Seriously, haven't they? Have they learned anything from the Matrix? Or Terminator? Seriously, guys. It's taking the fun. I was saying, oh, this camera's got AI, I can do whatever. I don't want AI. I want to choose the settings when I take a photo or video. I want to know that I created that. That was my settings. I used it to get the colours right. I used it for everything. I don't want AI to do all the thinking for me. AI in car driving, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I've got a saying, if the car don't have a steering wheel, I'm not getting in that effing car. So when I get older and all the cars are bloody driven by automation, I'm just going to walk. Nah. But it's 5 miles away, so I'll friggin' walk. I'm not getting into anything that's not driven by a human being. Technology is great, but it breaks. It's not 100% reliable. I don't want to be in a car doing 100k an hour on a freeway and then someone decides to have a hissy fit or someone's bloody hacked into it. Stuff that shit. Adaptive cruise control is pretty handy, yeah. But when they start driving themselves, nah, I don't want that automated bullshit. Not that lane keeping crap. No, I turn that. One of the first things I turn off in the BMW, I have the adaptive speedo, so if someone slows down in front of you, it keeps you distance. That's great. But lane keep, my BMW has that. I won't use it. Don't trust it. I've tried it a couple of times just to see what it's like, and sometimes it gets confused and does some weird shit, and The problem is technology is all great when it works, but when it doesn't, that's the question mark. Even with drones, you know, they're talking about possibility of flying drones. You can get no, we've got enough shit in the air to add bloody drones up in the sky. No, I like flying my drone, but there's no way you're going to get me sitting in a drone. No way. Would you do that? I bet you wouldn't either. It's bad enough getting up in an airplane. The technology they put in those airplanes is pretty amazing nowadays. One of the limo companies I drove with, one of their big contracts was Emirates. And we got taken on a guided tour of the A380 during the day, because it flies in the morning then leaves in the evening in Australia, so it sits there on the runway all day. So all the limo drivers that work with Emirates, we all got invited to come and do a tour of the aircraft, and they even took us down underneath into the they've got these cabins for the air crew to sleep in. They've got their own little cabins. It's amazing. And they also showed me the computers that are in that plane. He said, these planes, you know, the old days, the pilot's passed out. Well, the plane can land itself. The plane can land itself. And they showed us, not all of us could get there, but we could see up near the front of the plane, there's this multiple computers. It's not just one, there's 4. there's 4 of the same computer that has the same processor. You've got the main one, number 1. And if number 1 fails, it's got the secondary one there as a backup. If the secondary one fails, it's got the third one there as a backup. And if the third one fails, it's got the fourth one there as a friggin' backup. So it's amazing, the technology. So there's some good to the technology. And yes, the pilots do actually also have to learn to land the plane without all that technology too. It does help them a lot, and they use a lot of it. But they still need to obviously know how to fly the plane if all of that failed. So, and the pilot that was doing this, he says even though the plane can land itself, he will still land it himself. It's amazing the technology can do that, and it can most likely save people's lives. Well, the program, if there's a problem with the program, then it goes to the second one, which won't have the same program. They work independently of each other. So as long as they're programmed properly at first, then they don't have that problem. So if one program fails, then it will go to the backup one. But they fucked up the program in general. Yeah, well, you're fucked anyway. It's good to know you've got that backup. I don't mind it there being a backup in case, as I said, if your pilot has a heart attack on the plane. Even trains are getting very automated nowadays. It's good having a backup. To rely on it? I don't know. I remember going to Singapore, and their tram system at the airport is all automated. So you get in these trams, and you have to go from one part of the airport to the other. It's a friggin' huge airport, and it's driverless. I didn't even like getting in that, to be honest. I love computers, but yeah, you should only be a backup. We still should rely. Same with driving cars and all that other shit. As I said, no steering wheel, I'm not getting the fuck in it. Look at that, we're level 20 in general. Level 12 on this route and stuff. I'm wanting to do all these at the moment, so you got all these different chapters you can do. So I'm enjoying doing the chapters at the moment. It's good because they tell you how to drive each train. So each train, when you do the chapters on each train, so if you go to the trains here, rail journeys, and you choose what train you want to drive, the first one it does, it shows you how to drive. You have the training section, which teaches you the basics of driving, going for the training centre. But if you then do these and drive on the different trains, it then teaches you how to drive that train. So I've done this one, I've done a bit of that one. Haven't done this one yet. I'm going for all of these at the moment. And I'm really enjoying it. It's good fun. Anyway, Phil, I think I might try and get some sleep. I'm being a bit tired. Stomach still feels like it's been through a washing machine. So thanks for chatting as always, mate. I love it when we have our little chats. You and Andy are my 2 best mates online. So I haven't seen Andy for a while, but he's got a family and does all that shit, so I understand that. Also, I'm really proud of my son. He got braces yesterday. Yesterday afternoon he got braces, and he was nervous. But when he got it, they didn't hurt as much as he thought they were, and he's finding it a little bit difficult to eat, but he coped very well. So I'm very proud of my son, and I know it's scary doing that, but his teeth needed braces. They were all over the place. They needed some straightening. And I explained to him that what you do to your body can have repercussions when you get older. When you get older, just be mindful of little things you do. Anyway, with that, I'll catch you later, Phil. Happy New Year again. And we'll keep in touch on Discord. If you ever want to chat, you know where to find me. See you later, alligator. Don't forget your toilet paper. And remember, stay safe. See you later.